Alright, what is up you guys? My name is MrCiberluck and welcome back to another NBA 2K14 Fantasy League edition. And today we are going to be playing the Charlotte Bobcats. And if you're wondering why we are skipping the Miami Heat, well that is because the Miami Heat have Carmelo Anthony, Darren Collison, Nate Robinson. Those are their top three. Now, if we look at the Charlotte Bobcats, they have Kobe, Bosh, Hibbert, Garnett. I mean, they have a pretty stacked team. So I think it would be a little bit more interesting to play the Charlotte game rather than the Heat. And we actually won too, so that's very good. So we're going to get straight up into this game, and we're going to talk about some serious stuff that's happened in the past week of the NBA. Well, by the time this is uploaded, it might not be a week anymore, but as you all probably know if you watch basketball, recently, actually I'm going to let this run.
Glad to have you with us. Wednesday night in the NBA. It'll be the Toronto Raptors.
Boom, music, music. Boom, Eminem. I'm not going to say his name. Boom,
and the players going through their game preparation, making sure they're fully warmed up for the tip.
Bosh wishes he could do that. Okay, so as I was saying before, as you know probably, recently the Clippers owner Donald Sterling has made some pretty racist remarks. If you don't know who Donald Sterling is, like I just said, he is the Clippers organization owner. And recently, I guess you could say he's gotten into a fight with his girlfriend. And that conversation was recorded. And in that conversation, Sterling says, "Don't bring black people to my games." And he was just making very racial comments. You know, he doesn't want black people at his game. He doesn't want Magic Johnson at his games because he's black. And other things as such. Now, the NBA did not take lightly to this. They do not like racial comments. As you see, my whole team here is black except for Thiago Splitter. So, I mean, the league is made up 80-90% of blacks. So, you know, you really can't be racist in this league. It is a very multicultural league. Now, that's the same thing that Mr. Silver said, the commissioner of the NBA. He had a conference the other day stating what he was going to do about these actions. And, you know, he said, this is a multicultural league. And I think that's pretty obvious, being that there are tons of Mexicans in this league, there are tons of blacks in this league, I wouldn't say tons of whites in the league, but there are white people in the league. And there's Asian people in the league, and so on and so forth. So there is no room for racism in the league. Especially, yeah, that's pretty much it. There's just no room for racism in any sport. Whether there are that type of race in that league or not. You don't do that. We're past that. That's back in the 20s, the 50s and such. We're different now. We're past segregation and things as such. So you wouldn't expect us to be saying, you know, don't bring black people to my game, obviously. So, Silver came to a press conference the other day, and they had a week-long investigation. Well, no, maybe about 4-day investigation about what had happened, to see if it was actually Donald Sterling's voice and his girlfriend and whatever. And it turned out that it was him. Now, during the investigation, the Clippers, they had a playoff game against the Golden State Warriors. Now, they wanted to get, I guess, payback or revenge or, you know, just rebel against him because the Clippers are 90% black. There's maybe like 4 white people on that team, and I think they have either 14 or 15 players on their team. So as you see, you know, and even the white people, on the team. They're not racist either, so they were standing up for it because they are one, and they made that very clear on their website. If you go into NBA.com/Clippers, it automatically redirects you to a link where it just says, "We are one." Nice to meet. So they wanted to stick together, and during the game, well, actually before the game, during the warm-up, everybody took off their warm-up sweaters, and they had their warm-up shirts inside out so it wouldn't show their logo, the Clippers logo. So that was their first stance of rebelling against him. And then about, I think, a day or two later after that game, Mr. Silver came to the press conference and announced that Donald Sterling will be banned from the NBA and all activities of the NBA. And what that means is he's not allowed to come to any game, he's not allowed to do any communications with his team, not allowed to talk to the coach, players, any trade that happens, he has no say in it. He's pretty much just completely wiped out. He's completely nobody to anybody in the league anymore. So, right now what they're saying is, well, what he's saying is he's not going to sell the Clippers. And they can't technically force him to sell his team, no matter what he does, unless, I don't know, maybe murder somebody. I think they could auto-kick you out of your team. But, so they set it up where if 2/3 of the entire NBA agrees that he has to sell the Clippers, then he has to. But if 2/3 of the league does not agree, he does not have to sell the Clippers. But if that happens, he is still permanently banned from the NBA. He cannot attend any games, he cannot have any affiliations with the Clippers whatsoever. So, it would be kind of useless to the extent, if you think about it. Why would you want to be an owner of an NBA team when you can't do anything? You can't look at the salary, you can't do anything. So, my predictions is 2/3 of the league is going to, actually I think all 30 teams are going to agree that he's going to get booted out. But for say if they didn't, I think when time comes, Sterling would have to sell the Clippers because I don't know how the money situation is set up, but I think he would actually start losing money if he cannot have any affiliation with the Clippers. So, if 2/3 of the league for say did not, or yeah, that they said he could keep them, I think he would end up selling them anyways in the near future because of this banning and everything. But we all know it. Nobody in the league is racist except for him, as we know at the moment. So why would anybody want him in the league? Why would anybody want to even look at him or talk to him if he's racist, especially if you're the race that he's being racist towards? And even if you're not his race, why would you want to affiliate with somebody who's that ignorant? Now, I would never say anything as such because I'm not racist, and I'm sure most of the people watching the NBA are probably not racist, being that, like I said, 3/4 of the league is black. And I'm not trying to be racist by saying that, that's the truth. If we go and look at the rosters, 80 to 90% of the teams are black. Now, that's not because of any reason, it's just because they like basketball. It doesn't matter what the color of their skin is whatsoever, but why would anybody want him to stay around? So, right now, he's permanently banned from the NBA. He can't have any affiliations with the Clippers. He can't do jack shit with anybody at this point. He can't even come to see if they win. All he could do is sit at home with his big flat screen TV and watch them. Now, additionally to the banning and, in addition to the banning, Silver has also said, well, the league has this thing set up for a cap of how much you can fine somebody, or the cap punishment of what you can do. So, the Clippers organization, well, the players at least, they wanted to know what their cap was. What the worst punishment could be. And what the worst punishment could be was the permanent ban from everything and $2.5 million fine. $2.5 million for just saying, I don't want black people to come to my games. That is a lot of money. I mean, personally, my family, I don't think we would ever be able to pay that off. I don't think a lot of people would be able to pay that off. But since it is Donald Sterling, he is rich. I mean, he bought the Clippers, he owns the Clippers, so clearly he has enough money. And, you know, he did purchase Chris Paul his contract, so he does have money. Now, $2.5 million to him is probably not that much, but rich people have this thing of, even if they are rich, they don't want to lose any of that money anyways. That's why they continue to buy stuff and invest, because when you're rich, you want more money. So the $2.5 million to him is probably not that much, even though he will probably put up a fight about it. So what I'm expecting in the next, I mean, right now it is May. This month, I think, is going to be probably a very serious month for the NBA, because I have a very strong feeling that they're going to go to court about this. That is if Sterling wants to put up a fight. Now, if he doesn't, this could be settled right away. The fine can be paid, the league can vote on if they want him in or out, which will be probably out, and he could just leave on his own way. But if he doesn't agree, which he probably doesn't, he'll want to fight and he'll want to go to court about this. And honestly, I would probably want to go to court about it too, because there are, I hate to say it, a lot of racist people still out there. And what, I mean, I don't know. It's just, a lot of people are racist and they don't get fined $2.5 million for saying it. Now, then again, I know he is famous. He has an expectation to step up to. He is the owner of an NBA team. He should not let his personal life get out on the media like that. And I do understand for punishing him for it. If it was a normal person for saying it, there wouldn't be this big of a problem, especially since he didn't slur them in any way, at least what we heard. There was no N-word, I almost said it. There is, you know, if you don't know it, it's Nigger. He did not put that word in any of his sentences. All he said was he did not want black people at his games, and he did not want to see his girlfriend with any black people. Now, that is still racist, but luckily, I think he would have been way worse off if he did bring the N-word into it, or if he slurred them in any way. So I guess he did kind of get lucky on that. But yeah, I mean, I have a feeling it's gonna become legal here in a little bit, especially for so much money, $2.5 million. You know, I would honestly kind of call him slightly stupid if he didn't want to take it. Now, he doesn't have, he can't win. You know, he was straight out racist. He's an owner of an NBA team. He shouldn't say that type of things. No matter what his beliefs are, he should keep that to himself. So, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know how people could be that ignorant to even think that way. And even if you do, why do you have to talk about it? It's complete ignorance. That's all it is. And it's very, very annoying. But that's pretty much what's been the main headlines of the NBA so far in the playoffs. Other than Kevin Durant has been off to a very shitty start. And as you know, the league, well, not the league, but more or less their fans, I'm not gonna lie, we're all complete bandwagoners. Not all of us, but a majority of us are complete bandwagoners. And if you don't know what a bandwagon is, it's where you kind of, if somebody's doing good, you get on their back. When they start doing bad, you completely ditch them. So it means you're not a true fan in an aspect. So, Kevin Durant, as you know, during the entire season, was on fire. He was just completely dominating everybody in his way. Now, during the playoffs, he's not doing so hot, and now everybody's calling him Mr. Unreliable. So, I mean, I wouldn't really call that a headline, since that happens to every player. You know, you do super good at one point, and then out of nowhere you do very bad. I mean, it's called consistency. You know, you're not always great, unless you are Kobe Bryant or Michael Jordan. But it's yeah, that's what's been in the NBA. So now that I've covered every topic that I've really wanted to talk about, mostly the Sterling case, now let's get into NBA 2K14 and what's happening in the game. Woo! So we're playing the Charlotte Bobcats. We had a very nice lead at the beginning. I think it was 14-2, and now we're tied up. So we actually gotta get going here. Oh, there you go, CP3. Nice. GG. So, yeah. I know we're gonna win. We're probably gonna win, especially with Chris and Durant, you know. And also, Chris Paul is in this too. The Sterling thing, I'm gonna go back to it for a minute here. But during this investigation, they had to have somebody speak for the players. The players couldn't really, well, they could speak for themselves, but they couldn't really, you couldn't have an entire team going into a little office talking about this. So they had to have people talk for them slightly, you know? And in this case, it was CP3, the team leader, and Kevin Johnson, and I think somebody else. Now, if you don't know who Kevin Johnson is, he is the mayor of Sacramento. And he used to play for the Phoenix Suns back in the 80s, 90s, I think. But he was a point guard, and that's not the point. But he was pretty much the main person talking for the entire team this whole time, almost. So the other day, he had a press conference talking about what the players were planning on doing if he did not get the maximum punishment as he could, which obviously he did. You know, he got completely banned from the NBA, $2.5 million fine. So they're happy. But foresee if that didn't happen, they were talking about actually the entire league. Like, I'm talking the entire, every NBA team in the playoffs right now, we're talking about sitting out their games. Now, that day, I think there was like 8 games. So can you imagine having a full schedule, a whole day scheduled with games, and every single player sitting out because of this? That's how much attention this was getting. They do not want racism. Like the Clippers said, we are one. And now the league is saying that. The whole entire league is one. They all are family. It's a competition, but in the end, they're all friends and they are one. So, that's some pretty serious stuff if it didn't happen. What? He made it? What? Oh. But that would be like right now. If we were in the playoffs during this game right now, and Sterling did not get banned and did not get that fine, this game would not be happening. It would be delayed. Actually, I don't even know what would have happened. I don't know if they would have delayed it, because what happens if he did punish him, but not maximum punish him type thing, you know? You can't really turn that decision around. Would they sit out every game? What would they do? It's a very interesting topic. It's very controversial, and all because of one person's ignorant statements. I would say they are one. They are a family, they are all together. And that's very cool to see how unified our league is, and how unignorant they are, where they don't get stupid racism in the way. So that is very, very impressive and good. It would have made me upset because I like watching playoff games, but I would have agreed with them. I would have sat out too. No, if he did not get maximum banned for that, then what would get a maximum punishment. You know, if a guy says that he doesn't want a certain type of race to ever come to his games, what's worse than that, other than, like I said, murdering somebody or such? It would have been a very confusing, it would have been a very tough. Now, for certain teams like the Wizards, the whole entire series could have changed. So if you don't know, spoiler alert, the Chicago Bulls are playing the Washington Wizards in the playoffs. And last night, well, for me last night, I think it was, the Wizards finished them off. The Wizards beat the Bulls, advanced to the second round. Now, for say, if this Sterling thing didn't resolve itself, imagine a whole series could change because of one day. One player could be off, and that could change an entire game. That's how big this could have been. Maybe the Bulls could have won this series if it didn't happen.
And now, brought to you by Sprint.
And it's a good one going on out in Charlotte. Glad to have you with us for our halftime report. Toronto leading against Charlotte. Hitting their free throws at a high percentage has been a key factor for them. We've seen CP3 tearing it up effortlessly against this Bobcats defense. Shooting nearly 70% so far. A gaudy shooting percentage. The MV of everybody playing tonight. And hanging tough, the Charlotte Bobcats. As we've seen from them, a lot of three-point shots have been attempted, not many connected. They're going to need to mix it up. Not a great game for Danilo Gallinari so far. An embarrassing stat for him as he comes to the break. No shots made from the floor. And to look at the games being played.
The Sprint Halftime Report, presented by Sprint.
So now I am done talking about the Sterling and stuff. I don't know any more about it, and if I do, I can't think about it. So let's get into this game. The first half was dedicated to that topic, and this isn't. So don't worry if you like watching and not hearing about all the controversies in the NBA today. Don't worry, because it's not happening no more. We're playing good old-fashioned basketball where we fail out of the oops. So, we are dominating Charlotte right now. We are just 1 point, we're in the lead by 12 points. Then another point, we're completely tied, calling timeouts every time they hit a shot because of how close they're getting. And now we have a 6-point lead. Actually, just an 8-point lead just a second ago, and again, now 8 points. Actually, 9-point lead. So, and I'll make it 9, thank you very much. So it's been kind of a roller coaster game here, but I think in the end we're gonna finish off strong. Uh-oh, don't let him go in. Don't, no, not Kobe! Damn. I shouldn't even complain about Kobe making that shot because all game, Kobe has 6 points for this first half, which means he has 8 points altogether. That's really good for Kobe, honestly. Usually, when I play him in games like this, he averages 30 points almost, so we're getting very lucky here. I guess it's the defense. We do have a very structured defense, I guess you could say. We more or less have a better offense, but our defense is here. So maybe that's the reason why Kobe's not going off, which I'm happy. And interesting about this is, oh damn, Kobe actually got drafted by Charlotte, so in this, he's actually with the team that he would have been with if he never got traded to the Lakers. So that's kind of interesting. But, oh, come on, CP3, come on. Nice, yes. Boom, bitch. Another thing that I cannot wait for in the league is, next season, I think it is, the Charlotte Bobcats are becoming the Charlotte Hornets again. And I used to be a huge fan of the Charlotte Hornets. I mean, they never really had a great team. I mean, they had Alonzo Mourning. I don't remember that much anybody else, really, because it's been a long time since I've thought about the Charlotte Hornets. But, I loved their jerseys. Their jerseys were just so awesome. Like, Honestly, when they change their jerseys in their name, I'm probably gonna go out and buy a Kimba jersey because of how nice it will look. Because they said they're going back to the retro look, too. So that should look very, very sexy. And I think you should really, really expect a series on it. Because I usually like playing with teams that have the nicest looking jerseys to me. That's why I picked the Raptors, because I like these purple and black jerseys and their red ones and their camo one. I think they look very nice. And it sounds kind of weird that I play a team just because that I like their jersey. But I think it adds more fun to the game, unless, you know, it's your favorite team, then, yeah. But, yeah, I cannot wait for that. Expect a series on that if they do that. Well, I know they're doing it, it's just when they do it. I don't know if it'll be NBA 2K14 or 15, I can't tell yet. The league, I think the season starts at sometime in September, or sometime in October. Or, no, I mean September or August, excuse me. So, it would probably be in 2K15, I don't know yet. But, just a heads up, if you're watching this video this far in, boom, you just get an insider. So that's kind of cool. But yeah, we are still in the lead. We have a... What's 10 minus 3, everybody? It's 7! That's how long it took me to figure it out. Now we have a 9-point lead. So, I was right, 7. So we have a 9-point lead here. I hope to get at least a 10-digit win. Oh, nice Taj! I hope to get a over 10-point win over them, which I don't think should be too hard. Go! Go, Tarantula! Oh, that's how he's playing these playoffs. Oh, gosh. I had to scratch my ear for a second, so Durant was just standing there. I was like, oh, God. Oh, get it! Oh, get it! Oh, what is happening? Oh, that was... What? What? Okay. I got so mad for a second. I was like, no fucking way. How was there a foul? Was there an off-ball foul? What the hell just happened? But it was Ramon Sessions, so it's all good in the hood. Oh, God. Oh, God. Oh, man. I hate Durant in the paint. It's so unethical. Oh, good, good. I guess it's not too unethical because he is pretty tall and slanky, so he can't get his arms up there and around you. Nice. This is where we could get our 10-point lead. Come on, Durant. So I guess it wasn't a bad thing to have him in the paint. Oh, good. Okay, 10-point lead. We're going to go for 11-point lead here. And hopefully end off the third quarter on a good note. Now, even if we don't have this 10-point lead at the end of the third quarter, it will still be a good note because I doubt that they will get ahead of us in 1 minute and 48 seconds. So. Uh-oh. Actually, here, Kobe. Don't drive. I wanted you to take the damn shot. Oh! Okay, good. Actually, I cannot... What was that pass? Oh my gosh, that was good. Oh my god, he fucked him up. Did I just see that right? He completely just left him in the dust. Bam! Oh, okay, yeah, no, that's... Okay, he defended him. See, I don't know why. I guess it was delayed for me in my head or something, but I thought he crossed him pretty good, so I freaked out for a second. I was like, what? Completely fucked him. Broke his ankles, got him out of here. Goodbye. Speed runner. Well, not speed runner. Road runner. Okay. Wait, who are we? Wait a second. Tyrese Thomas was our shooting guard? What? You got to be kidding me. Come on. Come on, ref. Pass it. Thank you. I hate that one. They take a long time to pass it in. I mean, I'm not saying that was that long, but I mean, sometimes it could just be ridiculous. I mean, they'll hold it for ever until you pause it and unpause it sometimes. Oh, look at that! 28 point. Oh, snap!
What an option either one of these.
As you just saw there, Kobe averages 27 points per game. And right now, oh, excuse me. Right now, I think he has 8 or 9. Oh, damn. I waited way too long. Get it! Get money! Get it! Damn it! Ah! Dude, I just don't know anymore. Oh, damn. I just don't know anymore. I cannot shoot with Durant. What's the point of having Durant other than for the sim games and for me anymore? I want to trade him, but I don't want to trade him. He's Kevin Durant, for God's sakes. I can't shoot with him. I just don't know what I'm gonna do. I actually just had a pretty good idea for a second there. I was just thinking maybe we should completely switch up our whole team here if Durant's not working. Nice block. Come on, Durant! Damn it! So what I was just thinking, if it works, maybe we could get a multi-team trade here for Durant. Now, what I'm thinking here for the next episode to see if it works is Kevin Durant to Charlotte for Kobe and Dwayne Wade to the Heat for Carmelo. So, if you don't understand, we're trading our shooting guard for a small forward and our small forward for a shooting guard. So we're not really mixing up our rotation that much. And then I could have Kobe, and that's originally why I did this, is because I wanted Kobe. And I didn't get him. I'm not working with Durant, as you see, for like the last 3 games or so. I don't know how many episodes have been uploaded yet. But, oh, get it! Yes! Nice, Wade. The one thing that I am going to be sad about is losing Wade. That's one thing that will disappoint me if we do actually go through with this. Because Dwayne Wade, no matter what you say, he is good. And as you just see, he did a half-court alley-oop, so I mean, he can't be that bad. And I've actually been doing pretty good with Wade so far. So, I don't know if I'm going to be going through with this yet, but hopefully I will be. Because, as you see, I just cannot work with Durant. It just can't happen. I can't shoot with him. I've tried, I've practiced, actually, before every game, except for this one. I usually practice with Durant to at least get a feel with him. And the only thing I can do is just go in with him. I can't shoot, as like I said before. You guys seen in the last episode and the episode before that and this episode. Durant hasn't scored a point, if I'm not mistaken. And if he has, it hasn't been a mid-range shot or a 3-point shot. Had to have been a layup or a dunk or something. And I think, oh, nice. I don't know. It's a confusing moment for me right now. And I might not be thinking straight. These videos are hard to do if you don't know it or you do. I do full game episodes of this game, so I'm talking I have it set up for 6-minute quarters, so that's 12 plus 24 minutes of, actually, these videos run for about 46 minutes about. So I'm here non-stop talking for 46 minutes, and that kind of has a toll on my brain after a while, because in real life, I'm not that talkative of a person, so I sometimes get a headache while doing these, so I might just be not thinking straight, but I have thought about this in the past already. This is just the first time that I'm bringing up in a video, and there you go, Durant! Thanks for making an alley-oop, even though I didn't... Oh, wow, he has a... What?! What? Hold on, wait a minute. What? 11 points? That's a quiet 11 points. That is a quiet 11 points. Actually, technically, we should just say 9 for... I don't know if you guys just saw that. Look at this. Look at this guy right here. Look, he's a football player. Hike! Oh, he even does the football pass. Oh, that was great. I just saw him shuffling his feet up and down, and that's what originally made me crack up. That's good. That is great, actually. Oh, get that shit out of here! Ain't no time for games! Oh my mama! Oh my mama!
Following this game, they'll hit the road to challenge the Pacers of Pacers
Oh man!
in Indianapolis. That will conclude their
craziness.
road trip.
I know I'll be looking out for the
So,
final score in that Rockets game.
I'm seriously getting a headache here. I don't know how long the video's been going on for, but I think I've been talking for a serious amount of time here, non-stop. Other than the halftime and the quarter breaks. And actually, this last quarter, I didn't even take a break. So, if you guys don't mind, which, I mean, I don't really got your input here, so I'm just gonna do it. I'm gonna kind of slow down here a little bit and just take my time, because my headache's getting pretty serious, and I'm not going to stop the recording. This has been a one non-stop recording, and I love it when it's a one non-stop recording. And it's not because of the editing, it's just, it's easier to organize. So, I'm not going to stop just because of a headache. Oh, get that shit out of here! Oh, here we go. Here we go. Here we go! Oh, no, no, no. Get that three. Get that three, Wade. Oh, damn. Oh, get it, dang. Oh, so close. It's alright. It's alright. Let's get... Oh, no. No, I'm not ready. No, she went away. Okay. Whew, thank you, a timeout. I could shut up here for a minute.
Kobe Bryant's always going to be known as one of the great scorers in the history of the game. But for the kids watching at home, it is really worth reminding you of this. He can do it all. He's fundamentally sound in all aspects of the game.
Yeah, listen to him, kids. Kobe is the greatest that has ever played. I got to see him live. I'm part of his greatness. If you have a chance before he retires, I would definitely suggest going to see Kobe play. Because like Michael Jordan said himself, if anybody was to take Jordan's place as the best, it would be Kobe. Now, that's not quote-unquote, because I don't know exactly what he said, but he did say Kobe is the next best thing to him. Now, maybe I could get the clip in here, I don't know. Well, not the clip, but, you know, the quote up on the screen or so. So, or maybe I could put it in the description. That's more likely. I could put it in the description, the quote. So, if you guys are wondering about the quote, just go look in the description. And if it's not there, just comment it's not there to remind me. Which I probably won't forget. I try not to. I try to be professional about this and remember it. So, yeah. But Michael Jordan did say, you know, Kobe's the next best. Kobe's worked hard enough. He's went through enough. He's proven himself numerous of times that he's perfection. He's great. Honestly, I've never seen anybody play better than him in my lifetime. And I was here for all the 2000s. So, and Kobe pretty much went off from 2000 to about 2006 maybe. I don't know the exact years. But Kobe is legendary. Especially, you know, 2009, 2010. I mean, Kobe's the guy that you want to see. Now, I know there's a lot of LeBron people out there, you know, saying LeBron's the best. And yes, he is the best out there right now. And he's been the best for maybe the last 3-4 years. But that's very, very highly believable because
He kicks it to Paul.
other than him, who else is in the league that is that good? Other than Kobe, and I'm not bringing Kobe up into this because Kobe's now in his 30s, and these last couple of years he hasn't been playing like he used to. So, and I know you guys like to do the comparisons of points and who's played more and who's played more compared to how good they've done in that period of time and everything. And maybe LeBron's stats are better than compared to Kobe's when he was around that age or so. But you can't take it away from Kobe that he's number 2 or number 3 best ever. And the only reason I say maybe number 3 is because I think Bill Russell is the best. I think I even think he's slightly better than Jordan. Now you can't really compare them because it's a center to to a shooting guard, but Bill Russell has won 12 championships in a row. That's completely unbelievable. Nobody will ever, I guarantee you, nobody will ever beat that. Nobody. I don't think it was 12. Maybe it was 10, but I know he has 12 rings now, but nobody will ever beat that. And I know you're saying, well, he did that back in the 60s, in the 50s, and there wasn't much other competition other than the Celtics. But even so, 12 years in a row, winning back-to-back, that's unbelievable. That is greatness. That is greatness, period. Nothing else. You can't take that away from him. Same as Kobe. So that's why I would say Kobe would maybe be a 3. But if you don't even count Bill Russell in the category, then he's a definite 2 and Jordan's 1. And a lot of people like to say, well, Kobe had Shaq. And Shaq is one of the top centers of all time also. But Kobe had Shaq, LeBron had Wade and Bosh. Same thing, you know? So, yeah, if you get the chance, watch Kobe. Anytime you can. Just watch one of his old games. Just be happy that you were around while he played. Because in 5 years, people won't be able to say, well, okay, more like 20 years, when we're growing up and there's kids that are watching basketball, they can't say they saw Kobe. So take advantage of it. And look at that score! Oh my god! What is that? That is a freaking 16-point lead or so, something like that. Oh!
Well, it's time to say
dominated.
For Clark Kellogg, Steve Kerr, and Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan along with our 2K Sports crew thanking you for tuning in. Now it's time to present our Jordan Player of the Game, Chris Paul.
He deserved it. Are you ready for this beat? Let the beat drop. No. Boom, 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 I don't know what I'm doing with my life anymore. Thank you guys for watching this episode of NBA 2K14 Fantasy League. I hope you guys enjoyed. My somewhat of beatboxing, I guess. I'm sorry. I'm gonna do that at the end of... Oh, we won 5 in a row. Awesome. I'm gonna do it at the end of every video. Now, if I was a normal person, I would just add in my own uncopyrighted music at the end. But I think the little thing that I do at the end adds a little pizzazz, I guess. So, again, thank you guys for watching. You guys are beautiful. Stay beautiful, and have a beautiful day, and I will see you in the next episode. Bye-bye!